Hey, Rusty. Well, she's done. So let's go over what you're getting. So you saw all the pictures. Seemed like you love the weathering. All I could say is this thing's just beautiful. One thing to bear in mind: this is not going to be like your typical Saber Forge saber. So it's going to be a little bit more delicate. The internals are, while they're inside of a chassis, the wiring is very delicate and very small. So there's a couple things you want to keep in mind when you're handling and using the saber. First and foremost, again, especially since this thing has a crystal reveal anyway, this really isn't meant for any heavy dueling. Should be fine for smacking around kind of lightly, playing around with it, put a blade in, a little light contact. But you don't want to go full force with this thing. So let's just dive right into it and how this guy works. So one of the first things you'll notice on the saber is we've got a clamp on here. So this is a replica Graflex clamp. And we've got our Sloth Furnace card up here. Now to get this guy to boot up, first thing you have to do is open up the clamp lever. Then you're going to want to just kind of take the clamp and just work it back a little bit like that. Now this little greeble here is going to stop it from moving all the way back. You don't want to move this forward, you just want to slide it backwards. Underneath, you're going to see a little hole that opens up. This is your recharge port, and it has your little kill plug in there. All you need to do to turn this guy on, just with your fingernail, reach in there, pull that out, and you hear that wonderful little boot up there. Again, just move the card back, or move the clamp back up into position where it was. It's going to be a little bit tight. Oh, there we go already. Push the lever back down, and now we're back and ready to go. To activate the saber, you're just going to hit the card up near the top. Push down just a little bit, doesn't have to be that hard. The switch is pretty sensitive. And your aux effects are going to be the bottom part of the card. Okay. Just like before, crystal reveal. Turn it, opens up, again, light it up. There you go, you get all that fun stuff. I wired it up so that the crystal will flash with the LED on the emitter. You can't really see it in the video here, it's a little grainy, but it'll flash kind of it's going to look a little bit yellowish, but it should be more or less white. Okay, we'll just put that back together. Kind of hate these things. There we go. Okay. So the next piece is going to be the internals. Now for this, actually I'm going to put the kill plug back in here. So again, open up the clamp lever, slide this back. I have to wiggle it just a little bit, not too much. I'm going to put the kill plug back in, put this clamp back in place, close the lever. I'm going to show you the internals. Now again, the wiring in here, it is all braided, so it's, single strand shouldn't pull apart, but you still want to be a little bit careful. This is 30 gauge wiring, so it's like 1/4 the size of what Saber Forge uses. So a couple gentle taps, then you're going to pull out the chassis here, and I've set it up so it's only going to slide out just far enough so you can get access to the SD card. That was to minimize some of the wiring in there. One thing of note, I will put a C-clip in here to hold this securely. So if you do open this up, you'll have to remove that C-clip. I don't have it in here now just for the purposes of showing you. But if you need to get to the access card or the SD card, it's right there. Plenty of room. You just, boom, pop it out. There it is. Stick it back in, making it look harder than it actually is. And then just gently push that back in. And again, with the C-clip, you'll want to push that in until you get to in there nice and good, and then put the C-clip in, and then finally just put your pommel back on. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, she's going to work very similar to how it was when you had her. You know, you still got the blade retention up here. I've been testing it out with a my little tester blade here, but I did put a one of the V4 Infinity blades on it, way brighter than the original LEDs that were in there. This is probably going to wash out the screen here, but give you an idea. I mean, of course, that's just a little, whatever that is, 8-inch blade on there, but it's very bright. There you go. Get some cool, get your aux effects on there. There we go. And there you have it. Be sending it off to you soon.